Have you ever felt trapped, but there were no walls around you? No chains, no guards, and yet you couldn't move forward. This is the prison of the mind. It's invisible, but it is powerful. It doesn't stop your body, it stops your belief. It doesn't lock your hands, it locks your potential. We search for freedom in money, power, relationships, or success. But real freedom begins here, in your thoughts, in your choices, in the story you tell yourself. The truth is, many of us are living inside invisible walls. Walls built not of stone, but of fear. Not of steel, but of doubt. Not of locks, but of shame. And not of guards, but of comparison. These walls are hard to see because they live inside us. But just because they are invisible does not mean they are unbreakable. The first step to breaking free is to see them clearly. Fear is often the first wall. Fear is ancient. It once kept our ancestors alive. But today, fear often keeps us small. It tells us to stay safe, not to take risks, not to speak up, not to try. It whispers, what if you fail? What if they laugh at you? What if you're not enough? But fear is only a story. Think about this. What would you do today if fear could not answer? That one question can change everything. Every dream you have sits on the other side of fear. Every opportunity waits just beyond it. The fear never disappears, but courage grows louder. And courage does not mean the absence of fear. Courage means walking forward, even when fear walks beside you. Then comes doubt. Doubt is the wall that convinces you that you are not worthy, not ready, not capable. It says, who are you to dream like that? Who are you to succeed? You don't belong there. But doubt is a liar. Every great leader, every artist, every inventor, every creator has carried doubt. The difference is they acted anyway. The writer who feared their words weren't good enough still wrote. The leader who doubted their strength still led. The musician who wondered if anyone would care still played. You don't need to destroy doubt before moving. You need to move while doubt is still speaking. That is where growth lives. Another wall is the past. We replay old mistakes as if they are proof that we cannot change. We let yesterday's failures define tomorrow's decisions. But the past is not a prison. It is a classroom. It is there to teach, not to chain. Every sunrise is proof that life gives us permission to begin again. Forgiveness is the tool that breaks the wall of the past. Forgiveness of others, and forgiveness of yourself. When you forgive, you release yourself from chains that never needed to exist. Then comes comparison, perhaps the most silent but deadly wall of them all. We scroll, we watch, we look at others, and we shrink. We tell ourselves, look at them, they're ahead. Look at them, they're better. Look at them, I'll never measure up. But comparison blinds you to your own light. The flower does not envy the tree. Each has its own beauty, its own rhythm, its own time. Your journey cannot look like theirs, because it was never meant to. Your purpose is not found in being like someone else. Your purpose is revealed when you become fully yourself. Comparison steals joy, but authenticity gives it back. So how do you break these walls? First, awareness. You cannot fight what you cannot see. Call fear by its name. Call doubt by its name. Recognize the story when it plays. Second, choice. Freedom is not one big decision. It is 1,000 small ones. Choosing courage over fear. Choosing faith over doubt. Choosing forgiveness over shame. Choosing authenticity over comparison. Third, action. It does not need to be loud. It can be small, quiet, steady steps. Writing one page. Making one call. Taking one chance. Each action weakens the walls. And finally, courage. Not the dramatic kind, but the simple decision to move forward again and again. Every time you act in spite of fear, the wall cracks. Every time you choose faith instead of doubt, the wall weakens. Every time you forgive, the chains of the past loosen. Every time you celebrate your own path, comparison loses its grip. And one day you will realize something powerful. The prison was never locked. The key was always in your hands. You only needed to believe you could step outside. Remember this, the most dangerous prison is not built of stone and steel. It is built of thoughts you never questioned, invisible walls you never challenged. But freedom is not out there. It begins here, inside your mind. inside your choices. You are not your fear. You are not your doubt. You are not your past. You are not your comparison to others. You are possibility. You are potential. You are capable of more than you have allowed yourself to believe. The greatest prison is the one you build yourself, but the greatest freedom is realizing the walls were never real. The time has come to stop living inside invisible cages. The time has come to step out, to walk forward, to live free.